And I've asked twice.
I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I'll speak for myself. For me, I'm done with it. When you bold-face lie and you use a child for manipulation, I'm officially done. That's what I thought, Paula, because I know when my son had his bus wreck, my son was in kindergarten, and his kindergarten teacher's son, he actually lost his life when he finally reached the hospital. His truck met the school bus head on. My son was on the school bus. Her son was the driver of the truck, and they flew three out that day. They flew the bus driver, the bus aide, and my son's teacher's son. And they let mom get on the airplane or the helicopter with him, and my son was taken otherwise. But um, whew, but there was another person from the board of education that actually flew with the bus aide as a representative for the school board county until the family could be contacted and such. So I know for our state they allow one to fly with.
Some instances, they let a parent go because it is an infant or a child.
Yeah, and that's a possibility. Not every state is the same, and not every county is the same. It just depends on the district. Hey, look at Sarah's comment. She said, please go look at the saying on her latest video.
It depends on the flight. I gotta turn my damn notifications off. Come on.
Good night, WC. We love you.
Come on. Night, Debbie C. I love you, baby. Let's go. I love you too, hon.
Hope everything's going well.
My dad said good night, Debbie C.
Mm-hmm. Hope you have a good night.
She said good night, Dad.
Good night.
Okay, Michelle. Don't go mass comment on her videos, okay? This is one thing that just let it go. It doesn't do any good. So let's not. Don't go and don't go making comments on her stuff, please.
So my thing is, I just went and looked at some of the videos. 3 hours ago, she's laying in bed with a dude. Dude's playing video games.
Sorry,
Dude,
Cam.
oh, you're good. The dude's playing video games. Is she not, quote unquote, worried to try to get to the hospital with her child if it's the child's there?
She goes, I have other kids, Ma, and the other hospital did get the fluid out. You never fucking told me nothing. I've not lied to you. Then why the fuck are you sitting at home?
Tell you what, better yet, send us proof. Thank you, preachers.
To the person that sent for my nephew, thank you. I sent a heart back.
She might not like this one either. I asked her 3 times what was wrong with that baby. She didn't tell me until all this shit happened. If that's true now.
Yeah, there definitely is the baby. We've seen the ultrasound pictures. We've actually seen the baby.
I've seen her pregnant belly.
Yes. When it comes to the baby, that is 100% factual.
I said, I asked you 3 times how she was and what was wrong. You did not answer. The money you asked for should not go for Easter baskets. It should go to get your ass to the hospital.
Is she in here?
I don't think so. I'm just done. I'm done. I don't care if you got other kids or not. You can explain to the kids, I'm sorry about your Easter baskets. You take your ass to the hospital. You don't, what the fuck?
Jay, she's right there. Do me a favor, Jay. I don't like talking and you typing down there. Can you request a box for me? I'm not gonna yell or nothing like that, but we definitely gonna have a talk.
And people in the comments, please don't.
Yeah, no,
Don't. Please. Don't.
no harassing, no bullying, none of that stuff. Cause yeah, they're saying turn the comments off.
I will.
Jay,
Hey,
all right, look, I know you don't know me, but you will get to know me very well. When did your child get airlifted? I know a lot of people that work for Duke. A lot of people. When did your child get airlifted?
yesterday.
Yesterday, what time?
It's like 6, 7 o'clock.
6, 7 o'clock
Evening.
All right.
Yeah.
in the evening?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Next question. If your child was airlifted, why are you not at the hospital with your child?
Because I don't have no money to get down there. I have a car, but I don't have no gas to get there.
Okay.
I've asked everybody.
So instead of coming in my live saying you didn't have money for Easter baskets and all this other stuff,
I wasn't asking you for money, Cam.
I said you were talking about that you didn't have money for Easter baskets.
Yeah.
Okay, why wasn't you even bringing it up about your child, knowing that a lot of people would have helped you get your child?
I thought that you knew when you.
Do what?
Even last night in my live, how you doing? How's the baby and the boys? Nothing. I'm just tired of people running my life. That was it.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
All right, so
You say something in the live last night because I asked you how the kids were.
Do what, Mom?
I asked you how's the baby and the boys. You didn't never say nothing. You just said you're tired of people running your life.
Huh? Yeah, I didn't say anything at that time. I mean, I'm not asking nobody for no money. I'll figure it out.
is your child still at the hospital?
Yeah, she's supposed to be getting released tomorrow morning.
Okay, do you got proof?
Huh?
You got proof your child's at the hospital?
Yes, I got proof.
Can you send that over to Tree for me?
Huh?
Can you send that over to Tree for me?
I've always, anytime something happens or whatever, I'll tell you, I've always had proof. I've always sent proof.
Can you send the proof over now?
When I get home, I will. I'm not at home at this moment.
Where you at now?
The hospital.
Huh?
Is this the first time she went to the hospital since she was born?
Yes.
Why'd you tell me she was rushed to the hospital again?
Hold on.
Where you at right now?
Yeah. I don't know what.
She went out to eat.
Exactly. Cause you a lying motherfucker.
See, I just called her in a lie.
Yep.
First time she was rushed, and she told me in chat just a little bit ago. Let's see, hold on for a second. Wednesday at 8:22 p.m. I got to rush the baby to the hospital again.
Did she leave on her own?
I didn't put her out.
Me neither.
Yes. She left on her own because I heard all the noise in the background. I knew she was somewhere at a restaurant or, somewhere public. That's why I asked where she was. And then when I asked that, that's when she bounced out.
She asked me for $20 or $30.
Yeah. Well, Jay, I can promise you this.
I mean, the last time she asked me for money and I gave it to her, she did pay it back. Now, I'll be honest about it. But you saying it's the first time she went to the hospital since she was brought home, and you told me she was rushed again? What's wrong with the baby? She got flown to Dukes because her breathing and lungs, I don't have any gas to get there.
Don't have gas to get to the hospital, but you're wasting gas to go out.
When did she get sent there? Now, y'all heard the conversation on when she was flown.
Yeah.
Just a little bit ago. I'm missing her so bad. That was at 12:28 a.m. this morning. But she's coming home tomorrow.
Good point, Wendy.
Maybe her and whoever that fucking dude is that's in their video, maybe they can get their shit right and start taking accountability. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not saying that he is because I don't know, so I can't base it on facts. But if he knows about this shit that she's doing this, and I hope he's listening, you a sorry piece of shit too, boy. People like you, I smack in the fucking mouth. You don't ever use your kids as an excuse to get money and make up lies and shit.
When she came into your live, instead of saying, I can't afford Easter baskets for my kids, say I can't afford gas to get to Duke's hospital for my baby girl.
Exactly.
And that's why we do it the way we do it, because stuff like this that happens, we can back it up. And typically it's handled off live, but on this situation, it just didn't transpire that way. And this is some of the behind the scenes shit that you guys don't typically see that we have to deal with.
When she asked me the first time, I told her not to pay me back, but she did. I'm not gonna lie about it. She did pay me back. But this time she asked another time and I told her I didn't have it. Then she asked again Wednesday. And something told me no. And I told her I donated to Dana, which I did, because I cashed out on my TikTok and donated that $100 to Maddie. And something just told me not to.
I'm glad you didn't.
My concern, if my daughter would not be on somebody else's TikTok in the middle of the day having casual conversation. I need to get to the hospital for my daughter. I need to get to my hospital for my daughter. I don't care if you got other kids or not. I had 2 kids. If something was wrong with one of them, they both did without when one took precedent over the other. Go to Dollar Tree and get some baskets and make your own baskets for Easter. Something. But I mean, if your baby girl is at Duke's Hospital, was flown there just after midnight, which she said it was 6 or 7 o'clock. So that didn't even make no sense. If you can't be totally honest with me, I don't care if you wanted to go get a damn 12 pack, at least be honest.
Yeah, because you're right about that. Because you can take and sit in the waiting room with the other children while you're in there. The parent is in there with the baby.
Why did she just leave the live? Why don't she? I mean,
Because he was saying something in the background, but I couldn't make out what he was saying.
He was probably trying to tell her what to say.
it was noisy.
Well, yeah, because I mean, when Kim, and make sure you download this live too, Tree. But when Kim asked about sending proof over, then it was and then what in a minute or so later, give or take, she was gone.
It sounded like they was out to eat.
Oh yeah.
That's what it sounded like. If you can go out to eat and go out and about, because she said she wasn't home. I will when I get home. Then where the hell are you that's that noisy?
And
You're
the
at a
thing of it is,
store, you're out to eat. Where are you at? You're in public somewhere.
yep,
Why ain't you focused on getting to your baby?
exactly.
And typically in situations like that, hospitals have programs. But that's why hospitals have social workers. Right, Sean?
Remember, if you have someone good, then keep them. Don't push the good one away. Last thing I'd be doing is making videos like that.
That's why I stayed muted during the conversation so I could try to make out the background.
I'm piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Afford all them tattoos, you can afford your damn baby.
And you look at his hands, he's got because I'm a gamer. He's got, it's either a PlayStation or Xbox. Looks like PlayStation to me. But if he can sit there and game and she can make videos, you need to be up there with your child in the hospital. But we already know your child's not there.
That's what she claimed originally and then changed up later. It went from 4.5 hours to 1.5 hour. If I said that correctly, Tree can correct me if I'm wrong.
Something ain't right. You're not going to be chilling playing a game if your daughter's in the hospital.
No, it pisses me off. And this is what makes me so mad, is the fact that I know people in the comments are the same way that we are. But the three of us up here, we will do anything, and I mean anything, for a child that is in need. Regardless, we will sell our souls to help a child. And for you to lie and say your child has been airlifted, and to get us in those feelings, and us try to figure out if there's anything that we can do, just to come to find out that you're lying, just to get money.
She ain't listening now because I blocked her. I'm done. I'm truly done because
I agree, Tammy. And I'll say this for a fact because I've seen it happen. I've watched Cam sell his gaming system in the past. It's probably been 2.5 years ago now, where I've watched him literally sell everything he had just to help provide for his family. So I wholeheartedly agree. As a parent, you do what you have to do to make sure the kids are taken care of.
And I'll be the first to say it. There were times, and I did show proof. I showed pictures of the refrigerator and everything. There were times that we were struggling so bad that we didn't have food for the kids, and these two amazing women in the boxes helped us out with food for the kids.
don't
But
forget Dad.
the way that we do things is we always send proof. We don't have to,
Exactly.
but we do.
Dad was a big contributor on that one too.
Yes, he was.
And same for me. Cam and his wife, they have helped me in the recent past. And so, as a single mom with 2 kids and watching this play out the way it's playing out, it pisses me off on so many levels.
And
And even outside of us, if it was a complete stranger, and we've done it for complete strangers many times, where we've helped people, we've raised funds for emergency needs, we would get the proof and such, and it always went to their cash apps. We made sure dollar for dollar was accounted for, blah blah blah, and we do it out of the kindness of our heart. And for people like that to take advantage of it's not right.
Nope, it ain't. Thank you, Trishan. Hey, Mandy. Sorry,
Exactly.
I paid attention to a lot of the comments. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this going live tonight, and don't take advantage of people. People's willing to help you out. Be thankful and grateful and pay it forward. Because
Exactly.
I've given so much money that I really couldn't afford to give because they were worse off than me. And, they say what comes around goes around, and it has for me. It has. I was able to go to Myrtle Beach, y'all. Within 20 minutes, I had enough to go to Myrtle Beach and back home. Look what Harry did for me.
But you've helped so many too, Tree. I mean, hell, just to show how kind of a person that you are. And you're going to remember, if it wasn't for you, Rebel wouldn't have got his meds. And you know what I'm talking about. My dog has chronic bronchitis, and he's going to have it till he dies. And it affects his breathing. He's bad. But if it wasn't for Tree, he wouldn't have got his meds that time. Tree will help anybody that she can. She will give them the shirt off her back. When she finds out you lied to her, you're done. You are done.
Yes, sir. I received it. Miss Connie, yes, I received it. Thank you. I sent a heart back to both of you. Thank you.
I don't do it to get anything back. I do it because I want to treat others how I want to be treated. And I've spent all of my life up until this past 6 months anyway, giving and giving and giving. And when I needed, I still had to find it. But I never stopped giving because of it.
Absolutely. And I can vouch for that because I've been there a lot of the times that you have given. I've watched you give to people that don't even come into our lives. I've watched you give to people that do come into our lives. You've given to me in the past. Today, prime example. You know, Tree's the type of person that will give you the shirt off her back and not expect anything back, but ask you to pay it forward when you can, if you can. You know, she does it without limitations, and for Jay to take advantage of Tree in the way she had, it's wrong. It is not right at all. And whether it's Tree, me, or Joe Blow down the road that we don't even know.
Just like with all the crap that's happened in the last almost year, all the people wanting to be on top, trying to degrade other people who are, justice for Micah and other victims and survivors. And then try to degrade the people who are truly wanting that justice and fight for it because we're doing it as many heads are better than one. That's the way it should be. It's not a competition. It's not I'm first. It's not I need the most views. It's not that I need 100,000 followers. I don't. I'm not here for that. It's so hard to explain. Some people need to find a fucking life. They need to stop wanting to be here, because you know what? It's going to be lonely up here, because everybody else is going to be right here working together while you by yourself on the top. The top ain't that great, honey. When you look down, you might get dizzy and fall on your face. I might not be politically correct in how I say things, or when I get angry, or even call somebody a bitch. I'll call myself a bitch, because I can be one. But people need to understand, when somebody's went through a hard life and 16 and a half years of DV, it makes a person want to speak how they want to speak. And if people don't like it, they can scroll. That's the whole freedom. You have the freedom to stay and listen, and you have the freedom to scroll the fuck on. And who is the sorry son of a bitch that made words, cuss words, that are supposed to be bad?
Somebody in the comments asked how long we've known her. And Tree and I have known her for almost 3 years now.
The first time that I got contacted from Jay was around Christmas, December of 23. She didn't have gifts for her son, or for her 2 sons. I had a box of toys for the ages of her 2 boys. And I asked her, I said, I have this box. Will that help? Yes. So she gave me her address and everything. I sent them pre-wrapped and name tags, the whole 9 yards. And she's followed me ever since. Then this whole time she was pregnant, I didn't know until, a month prior to her delivering.
Yeah, about a month to a month and a half prior.
Didn't know. Didn't know she was pregnant. Some people know. They just got to say certain things. They ain't got to be direct. Okay? And they know, they get to know some people to know what's going to trigger, okay, let's have this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Kind of like when we was talking to Dana. I said, we're doing this. She didn't ask for nothing. It was just like, nope, we're going to help.
Yes, Sean, she kept the baby. We do know that for a fact. We've gotten pictures of her at home with the baby.
And I can't show her because TikTok has been bananing people for showing underage children on their lives. I got bananaed for 10 minutes for showing her newborn baby's picture. Now go figure that. Recently, what?
Yeah, I think the last picture that she showed was maybe a week or two ago.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten other pictures of her.
Well, the last time I seen any was about a week or two ago.
One child, she has two sons. One she don't have. It's with the baby daddy. So she had him, and then she was pregnant. Now she has a daughter, but she got baby daddy, which is the daughter's daddy, in the house. So what the fuck is he doing? If you're working and he's working, hello? If you did this before homeboy come to live with you and bed you to get pregnant, then why can't you make it if he's working? I'm just wondering. This is things that runs through my mind.
There was no problems with his hands that I could see where the controller was in his hands.
You're sitting there playing a video game. Thank you.
Plus the gas that she didn't have to get there.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Alphabetical order.
Dad
Well,
watched.
purely alphabetical, but the D's are in the D's, the B's are in the B's, and if he wants it more than that, he can do it himself. Just saying.
Right, Sean? I agree. I didn't even notice the nails and all that. You know, getting your nails done on average is $45 to $100, depending on what you get done. Sometimes more. So, I mean, I don't know. That one stung.
These are the
I'm
kind
not
of questions that I asked too.
right, Cation. You're
That's
absolutely right.
Especially in Louisiana, 'cause you can get all kinds of shit there. I'm just saying. That's a free for all over there.
That's also true, JDJ. You know, even if she did them herself, you know, it'd still be expensive buying the acrylic, the nails, the tools to do them, the polish, whatever.
Yep. It makes it hard. But I mean, just like the last fundraiser, you know, that we did for Dana, for Maddie rather, so she can go to another state and have treatment. I mean, it's a serious issue, and you know, she's got a battle in front of her. And when you know a mother is fighting for her daughter, whether she's grown or not, and for her to state her daughter was airlifted. but your ass is at home. And even the time she gave when Cam asked her wasn't even the time she fucking told me. The stress that Dana is going through to watch her daughter go through something she can't fucking do a damn thing about.
No, this is not Dana that did this.
No.
It's a whole different situation. Dana's situation is 1000% factual. There's
But
not even a question.
if her baby had fluid, and when she told me they got the fluid off her lungs, they could have done it at the children's hospital locally where she was born, couldn't she? What caused that child to be airlifted but can come home tomorrow? So you're going to airlift a child, allegedly, to a hospital an hour and a half away, but she's coming home tomorrow. When she was just airlifted 3 hours shy of 24 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Typically, they don't airlift unless they're in critical condition. And I find it odd, unless she was airlifted from one hospital to another, how that transpired. How did she get to hospital number 1 to hospital number 2? You know, so many scenarios.
She's got cancer.
Yes. She's got what's called SMARCA. Hang on, I'll put it in the comments.
It's rare. It started in the female parts. It went to her lungs. They're trying to get it treated because it is a very rare cancer. And it's been bad for her. It really is. It has been very, very difficult. And, you know, you feel helpless when you can't do shit for your kids. But when Wednesday night, she rushed the baby back to the hospital. This is Thursday night, 24 hours later. But the baby coming home tomorrow?
Meanwhile, Dana's daughter is sitting in the hospital fighting for her life just to stay alive. And Jay's doing this. I can't wrap my mind around that. So many people going through real shit. And then this happens.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why people like me, people like Tree, Just a Girl, this is why we are very cautious on who we help. And then you have people that really need the help and can't get it because of people like her that are lying.
You know, I've sat there and I've watched Dana from the time that Maddie got her diagnosis. I've been in video chat with Dana where she's had to pull off the side of the road because she was crying so bad she could not even physically drive home. And I would stay on the phone with her until she arrived at home where her dad or family member was meeting her there. I've watched the pain in her eyes, and I've watched the family, you know, Dana and her daughter emotionally struggle with this diagnosis. And for Jay to take advantage of something so extreme that that she's claiming, I can't wrap my mind around how somebody can do that. I'll never understand that.
And when I ask how the kids are doing, and the only thing you say in the comments is, I'm tired of people running my life. Not that my child is sick, my child's in the hospital, nothing. Nothing. And that would have been the first damn thing that would have come out of her mouth.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about Jay, Agatha. And I'm glad she took Cam up on getting up here in the panel so you guys could hear for yourselves. We don't know, occasion. We really do not know.
I don't know if her child's in the hospital or not.
Was occasion was asking if we thought that he had anything to do with it, and we don't know. This is the first time we've come into this kind of situation with her. You're welcome. Exactly, Lucy. And then when she started getting pinned down, she bounced the hell out. And no, you guys heard, nobody even raised their voice. You know, Kim was matter of fact, Tree was matter of fact, but I was listening to the background because where they're at, it was a lot of background noise, and you guys heard it yourselves. You know, they were not at home. I would not be out at the grocery store. I would not be out anywhere other than trying to find a way to get to my baby.
She literally bounced out the moment that I asked twice and said, "Where are you at now?" And then I said, "Where are you at now?" Then she left very quickly once I said that.
Who popped off at you, Chelsea?
Exactly, Lucy. I'd cry. I'd have to cry in the corner later though, because my kid's gonna be my priority.
Yeah, because she said, I will when I get home. Where the fuck are you then?
She's
Why?
definitely
I said, what did Jay do? I thought she was rude when she popped off at me a while back. I didn't know she popped off at you. Okay, Chelsea, I'm going to give you the quick version. Jay came to me Wednesday night asking me for $20 or $30. And at the same time, she said that she had to rush the baby back to the hospital again. So that means more than once, which in the live, she said it was the only time that she was rushed to the hospital. Okay. Then I asked her what was wrong. We don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Now, through this, around 12 something this morning, she said that they airlifted the baby to Dukes. Well, how far is Dukes? 4 hours. And then when I told her it ain't 4 hours, it's an hour and a half. Oh, I didn't mean to put 4. Then why are you going into Cam's live this afternoon indicating you don't have Easter baskets for your fucking kids when your daughter is supposedly had been flown to another hospital, which when the air flight, that's an important thing. That's like needing treatment like bad. But yet you're making videos. Your baby daddy's sitting there playing video games. Then you hop in the box here, out to eat, it sounded like, or in a store of some sort. You in a place where you have to spend fucking money. But you say you ain't got money for gas to go to a hospital where your newborn baby is supposedly at.
And another thing too is, even if she came back and said, "Oh, well, our friends took us here, our friends done this," why in the fuck didn't your friends take you to your child?
Yep.
No excuse on why she should not be there with her child. And my question is, if that child is there, as young as that child is, a parent, guardian, friend, family member, somebody needs to be there with that baby.
Thank you.
And that's what pisses me off more than anything. That's why Tree and Just a Girl are pissed off as they are. Don't bring kids into it. Just because you got a bad habit of fucking lying and trying to scam people to money, don't bring your kids into it.
Because you will fuck around and find the fuck out.
Exactly.
I don't go for that shit. You do not. And and the bad part about it is, I don't even really think her fucking daughter's there at the hospital.
You know, Happy Grandma just made
Whether
a
she is or
damn
not, I don't
Happy
think she-
Grandma just made a damn good point. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
You're fine.
She said a parent needs to sign for treatment, and she's 1,000% right. You have to sign consent for treatment, so they can't even legally treat the baby. And if she was at the hospital, they may potentially, if the baby, let's just say the baby is at the hospital, she doesn't show up to sign the consent forms, they can take phone consent. Okay.
Quick
Well,
question.
not just that if they airlifted and she was at the hospital, she could sign consent right there for the airlift to treat.
Okay.
But with everything that's transpired, I don't even believe that her fucking child's at the hospital. Oh shit! My damn dog's outside. Hold on, y'all.
Without saying anything, Just a Girl, or you can message it in the chat that way I know. What state is she in?
North Carolina.
Local to you.
Oh, okay. Well, here's a fun fact. In the state of North Carolina, because I do live in North Carolina, Duke Hospital, they do offer a thing called on-demand transportation. What that is if your child, loved one, or somebody's in the hospital, they have on-demand transportation. They will come pick you up in a van, in a car, whatever it is they have. They will come pick you up immediately and bring you to the hospital, and they will take you home. Duke Hospital offers on-demand transportation.
Thank you, Lady in Red, for putting that. We are not discussing Dana. This is not Dana. Nothing related to Dana.
No. Nope, not about Dana. Everybody keep Dana and Maddie in your prayer. Excuse me,
Yeah,
prayer.
they really need all the prayers they can get, especially Maddie right now, because they're going through hell. I mean, there's just no better word for it.
She's in a fight for her life.
We're referring to Jay, and I'll say her name because she got on the panel.
Did you do a video about the house?
Yes, earlier today he did.
Okay, because I miss a lot of shit. Sorry.
Yeah, I done. I had some people come in live and ask for an update, so I updated them and let them know what was going on.
Yeah, when it comes to kids, there's so many options out there. You actually have more options for help with children than you do for an adult. That's why hospitals have social services in a social worker, rather, in the hospital, and patient advocates to help with situations like this.
Since she's blocked, I'm going to say it. She can sue me if she's on another account. I don't give two rats fucking ass right now. Both her kids were taken at some point. Okay? Because one, and they're small children. The older one took a sharp object to the smaller one. And the kids were taken, and the one child is with the baby daddy, and she has the other son. And the other daddy said, you ain't getting him back. So she has one of her two sons, and she has her daughter and baby daddy in the house. So you shouldn't be wanting for nothing, because baby daddy should be stepping the fuck up knowing that baby was coming. You had 9 months to fucking prepare for it. You do what you can for that baby. You don't sit around playing video games when your daughter's in the fucking hospital, allegedly.
Exactly.
Period. The end. You want to be pissed off at me? She could be pissed off at me. I could give two rats fucking ass. Be pissed. Better to be pissed off than pissed on. Just saying. I'm just I've seen it too damn much. Too damn much. A video was made an hour ago about not letting a good thing go. Well, if it was such a fucking good thing, then why is your ass sitting on the couch making a video while he's playing video games if your daughter is allegedly in the fucking hospital and was airlifted there? Oh, God. Sorry, y'all. I'm just...
You ain't got to apologize. Everybody should know by now when it comes to kids.
Shit.
Somebody...
It's beyond fuck around and find out.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to go put my cup in the sink. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right. Exactly, Patricia. Like I said earlier, I jumped in the vehicle with a complete stranger. I mean, it was a neighbor, but I didn't know him from Adam. I'd only lived in my neighborhood for a few months at that time. And, when my son was in his bus wreck, he was being transported to the hospital. My first thought was, I had a friend come get my daughter, and then I jumped in the car with the complete stranger to get to the hospital where my kid was or was headed. You do what you got to do as a parent.
Exactly. And I don't think she really understands that in the state of North Carolina, that what she's doing is labeled as fraud by deception.
Yep.
And the fraud by deception, it is a misdemeanor. But with what she's doing and how she's doing it, North Carolina would classify as a felony. It burns. It
Well,
burns.
she read the messages that I put in. I gave her enough time to respond. And the last one I put in, you shouldn't be asking for Easter baskets. You should get your ass to the hospital.
And I'm the type too. I'm in North Carolina. If she would have told me, hey, I'm in North Carolina, I need a ride to the hospital, I'd have fucking took her. Because it's a child.
Damn it. She asked me for money. She didn't directly ask Cam for money. She indicated, kind of like, oh, I don't have this, hoping somebody would offer to give her something.
In my eyes, I call that silent asking. That's exactly what the fuck I call that.
It's manipulation.
Yep. Because just a girl, when she video chatted me, she didn't even get 5 words out of her mouth, and I already sent her those screenshots.
Sure didn't. He didn't even know what was said to us.
No.
Well, he told me, and then I turned around and I said, "Well, that ain't the story she gave to Tree." And he said, "Are you kidding me?" And just as soon as he said, "Are you kidding me?" he was sending screenshots.
Because I was fixing to go live, and just a girl said, "Well, I'm going to let Cam know just in case she goes to Cam."
She beat y'all to it.
She did.
Because I put the screenshots in mine and just the girls next door chat. And I said, she's beginning to piss me off. And this is before I found out that she was in Cam's live this afternoon. Why in the hell are you on TikTok in somebody else's live indicating about Easter baskets? Hey, what the fuck?
I would rather somebody lie to me and say, "Hey, my power got cut off. I need $100." I'd rather, if I had the money to send them, I'd send it. But I'd rather them lie to me about that versus lie to me about a child. That's what burns
Makes me
my
even more
asshole.
fucking livid.
Yeah,
I'm livid, but when you use a kid, I am on fire livid.
exactly. And I've said it. Tree said it. Just a Girl said it. We don't give a fuck. Kids are off limits. Period. In the story.
Kids are always off limits.
I don't give a damn.
You, Paula, she fucked up.
Yep.
I'll say it. How you doing, Amy Jo? What kind of mother doesn't have the urge? Any loving mother, should I say, have the urge to say, "Hey, I need help with gas. I got to get to the hospital. She was blah 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 blah. I need to get to my daughter. She's only a month old. Blah 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 blah."
And even as a dad, not even a mom, but as a dad in my shoes, and both of these two in the boxes can vouch for it. When my child was going through some stuff, I left social media.
You did.
Yep.
You
I
absolutely-
straight up fucking left social media because nothing, social media, that shit is not more important to my child.
But you
Ever.
can make a video 1 hour ago and 3 hours ago, right?
Exactly.
Give me a break. No videos about your baby girl being sick, but how, oh, you don't let a good man go sitting there playing video games beside your happy ass instead of worrying about your fucking daughter.
Yo,
Sorry,
what up?
not sorry. I'm angry.
Not shit. I just exposed the woman on.
You know, she was able to
Hey, Misty.
she was able to get on social media and make stupid videos. Why didn't she get on here and say, "Hey, here's my situation. My daughter's in the hospital. You know, I need gas to get to the hospital." You know, why wasn't that done? You know, as petty as it sounds for my situation, you know, it was, the help was for my nephew, but I put the story on my page. You know, why couldn't Jay have done that?
Agatha, I got pictures of her belly, the whole 9 yards, and after she had the baby.
And the ultrasound pictures with her name on it.
Yep. And it
Yes,
had the date.
yeah, when it comes to the baby, far as the baby shower, the virtual baby shower, all of that was legitimate. We have no shadow of a doubt that was legitimate. She needed that help.
Yeah, Laura Ann.
So, you know, we don't question that. What we do question is this situation of her claiming the baby's in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. You know, Tree tried to pin her down and ask her what's going on because, you know, we were prepping to help her if need be because we, you know, that's an emergency situation. But you can't even give an answer as to what's going on. And then when we finally figured out what was going on And, Cam and I had talked and we found out that exactly, Ashley, once we finally pinned it down to what was going on and different stories were being told, and we figured out it's a lie, that's when, it played out like this.
And if I find out her baby was in the hospital and she acting like this, that's just as fucking bad.
That's even worse. Because she's out doing whatever she's doing instead of trying to find a way to be with her baby. You got gas to go somewhere. You got gas to get to the hospital.
My ass would be hitchhiking.
Yes.
Mac and cheese with
Yeah, we did an online baby shower, and that was legitimate. That was our idea, not hers. Too many people are so willing to call CPS nowadays. Nothing against you, honey. Nothing against you, B. But Carmen's going to bite her in the ass. And she's going to learn a hard lesson. She's young and stupid. And she's with, if her man ain't doing nothing but playing motherfucking games. I mean, come on. If you ain't learned that motherhood is first and foremost, not your fingernails, not going out to dinner, not sitting here going live to live or making videos 1 to 3 hours ago of nonchalant bullshit. If my child is in another hospital that was airlifted, allegedly, my ass in every video, hey y'all, my daughter's in the hospital. I need to can somebody cash at me some funds to go to the hospital? Here's the proof. Because when that stupid ass person on here lied about my shit, I was the first one to go fucking live and show it was a fucking lie. Proof is in the pudding.
You're right.
Well, one son is with the baby daddy. She has the other son, and then she's with this guy where she had the baby girl. I don't believe she's in the hospital. And then call me Ma on top of it? And then the last 2-3 things that I sent her, not one fucking response.
And then when she did get up on panel and question in panel, and Cam and Tree were very matter of fact, but they weren't rude. They asked her a direct question, and when Cam asked the last question and pinned her down on it, she bounced the hell out.
She's never been in up on panel 2 aliens until tonight.
It is a horrible situation. I don't know, Paula. It's going to be different when it comes to a minor.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, she does.
Well, you can't be too worried if you're out in public running around and you're making social media videos. Just my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Ashley. As a parent, I would be a complete nervous wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just know her as Jay. That's what she comes in here under. Yes, Michelle.
And I've asked people, do not go to her account and start making all this comments on her shit. This is not why shit was said.
Yeah, we don't want nobody to bully, harass, or anything like that. You know, karma's a hell of a thing, and when you do good, you get good. When you do wrong, you get wrong. So we'll just leave it up to karma and count our blessings that nobody sent money this time. Absolutely, Cation. That's the best thing we can do. Exactly, Ashley. We're not looking for revenge. We're just angry and upset that this transpired.
I would like to connect with him. I work in housing. Cam. Cam.
I don't think he can hear because he's paused. If you can send him a DM, Daisy, that would help.
Let me do some of these.
I got him over here. I've been getting it on and off. I don't even see that damn picture.
I can be doing some of these while you're on the phone.
I don't even see the pictures of the baby.
You only got these and what's over there. Oh,
You're right, TJ.
well, you've got all the lid or something already. So
Yeah.
you'll probably have to move the other boxes, but anyway.
Thank you. She's looking away from the phone at the minute, but thank you.
I will message him. Hold on for a second, Daisy.
He was paused too long and it booted him.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't really look at her videos, so I can't give you an honest answer on that. We have so much going on between home life and doing what we do that it's hard for me to be able to get to every single buddy's videos. I try my best, but
Daisy, give me a thumbs up in on Messenger, so I ain't got to go hunting, and that way I'll let Cam know, please, and thank you. I has been taking a bunch and putting them in the
thanks, Daisy.
and then putting them in.
Uh-huh. I'll turn this box around like this. So I can get to 'em.
In the meantime, outside of this situation, if you guys will, please keep Dana and Maddie in your prayers and their
Yes.
family.
Absolutely.
They legitimately need all the prayers they can get right now.
Yep.
100%.
100%.
That's what she said, Michelle.
How far up do you go? You go to D's or E's or what?
Just give me a second, Dad. Hold on.
Hey, Dad, love you.
Hey, how you doing, hon?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
I'm fixing to bring this other box down. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll have to come out, be taken out of that.
I know.
Okay. Okay, what are we doing there?
The latest that we got yesterday is they were beginning, this morning they were beginning chemo around 10:30 this morning. Let me double check on that. Let me double check that because I don't want to tell wrong.
F G H I J to O. This is to D. This is to Z.
That's the D,
Yes.
okay? It's D. I'm getting a,
Oh Lordy. Did you raise money for what funeral?
Dick and Dee Dee.
What funeral?
Dick and Dee Dee. Sammy Davis. Bruce Chanel.
Funeral for for Jay's neighbor that was
The Dale Vikings.
unalived.
Wait a minute,
What?
that's a black boot.
Who?
Damn.
Remember back when Jay said that the neighbor's kid was unalived?
What the hell?
That was way last year.
The Dale
Yeah,
Vikings-
they was asking if we raised money for that, and I honestly can't recall.
I don't believe that.
I think we tried.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch? These are mixed up.
As of 10:30 this morning, or as of this morning when I talked to Dana, they at 10:30 Eastern time they were beginning chemo on Maddie. So that is the last update I've heard. I've not checked in since this afternoon. So as soon as we hear, we will update more.
And the reason they're starting there versus going to Tennessee is because it got bigger.
Okay?
Yeah, it had spread in the lungs.
Dale Vikings. That's one. That's two. That's three. That's four. That's five. That's five. That's six. One. Two.
Oh,
Three.
that's sweet, Nancy.
That's three. That's all D's. It's all
Yeah,
D's.
they're going through it. You know, Maddie's in for a fight, real big fight.
It's all D's.
Yeah, it's fast and aggressive.
Yeah, she's in stage 4.
Yeah.
So hopefully her body will, God willing, this chemo will help at least slow it down until she can get to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Dick and Dee Dee.
Yes, it was scheduled for today at 10:30 Eastern time.
Dick and Dee Dee.
Records.
How many efforts? Yeah.
His records.
Anybody knows Dad knows he loves his records.
Yep. She's 22, y'all.
Yeah, she's 22 years old. She'll be 23, I believe, in June.
Yeah. H.
She had a baby about a month, maybe a month and a half ago.
John Jay.
Yeah,
G.
Jaden.
Um,
Maddie doesn't have kids.
H.
She's organizing them for him.
G.
March 2nd.
Okay. H.
So she's just over a month old.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a month to a month and a half. Look, y'all, my days run together. Sometimes one day runs into the next. Thanks, Daisy. She'll get it quick as she can.
What? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll give it to Cam.
Good night, Daisy. Yeah, unfortunately, not naturally.
Have a good night.
Mm-hmm. That's good here. That's good here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for riding this bumpy ride with us. We sincerely appreciate all of you guys that do ride this ride with us. Some days are great, some days like this, not so much.
Yeah, I hadn't planned on this shit going live.
No, that ain't how this live was supposed to go tonight. We was planning on diving back into Micah and then everything kind of flopped.
This is why, there's so many people on here that scams and gets buku freaking money. And the people who really truly deserve it and need it have a hard time getting it.
You're right. Yes, hashtag Maddie Strong.
You know it.
We love you too, Cation. Absolutely. We've met a lot of good people along this journey, but we've met some rough ones.
What's E?
Yeah, happy grandma. What?
What E's? E. F.
Thank you, B. We appreciate it. This saying, sometimes sometimes it's okay not to be okay, and today was one of them days, but we gonna get it together and we gonna keep going forward.
G.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy Joe. We love you guys too. It's appearing that way for today's situation. Well, last night / today, but not pertaining to the baby. The Amazon wish list, all that was legit.
Thank you, happy grandma.
She originally
It goes there.
claimed 4.5 hours, then changed it to an hour and a half. So
4.
C.
She claimed 4 hours, and I map quested it because I knew where she's at. It was an hour and a half, and I was like, it's an hour and a half. Oh, I didn't mean to put 4. What ain't like 4 is next to 1.
no,
Okay.
And what's $20 or $30 going to do? Get you there? If it was allegedly 4 hours?
at nearly $3 a gallon of gas, depending on how good gas mileage you get on your vehicle, it might get you half of the way or most of the way.
Yep.
Think of where it comes from. That's a rock. That's not a pond B.
Thank you, happy grandma.
But what it is what it is, and
Pond B.
I just don't take too kindly for somebody using their kids like that. Because if your baby in the hospital got airlifted, then that would be your thought plan, not Easter baskets. I'm just saying.
Not Easter baskets or making social media videos with dumb mess that isn't relevant. If you're going to use your social media to indirectly ask for money, why wouldn't you make a video or a post telling your situation and asking for help in that manner? I don't understand that.
Me. Oh, and the baby's supposed to come home tomorrow morning. So it was airlifted just after 12:30 this morning, but it's coming home tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Then it would have never been airlifted. It would have remained at the local hospital.
Hey.
Wildflower, at this point, we question if the baby's even truly at the hospital because she would not answer a direct question.
Frankie London. I don't believe this.
If a patient is airlifted, it's going to be
J.
because of a very serious thing that's just not going to miraculously get better within 24 hours.
J. J.
Not at all. They don't fire up a helicopter or head cold.
And then, you know, it took me a little bit of time to even get anything out of her about the baby. Oh, they got the fluid out of her lungs.
Chuck Jackson.
I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to just up and assume
She
anything.
has a baby. Please, people, she has a baby. I'm not trying to be mean, but we've said it 8 times. The baby's real. It was born March 2nd. The baby is real.
We've seen the ultrasound with her name and everything on it. We've seen the baby. We've seen the baby at home. We've seen the baby at the hospital.
Pictures of her and the baby.
Yeah, we've seen all of that. So pertaining to the baby, that is 100% real.
And whoever sent me a picture with her with another person, male, could be a friend. But if you look on her book of face, all the pictures are with the same guy, with the baby daddy that's in the videos. Just saying.
McFly.